3, 2, 1.
I've been fortunate enough to be with some of the greatest speakers in the world. My mentor, if you guys don't know my backstory, my mentor, when I was 18, offered me the opportunity to shadow him and serve as one of his, I don't want to say students, because I actually did whatever he asked, brought him coffee, brought him anything he needed. And in return, I got to be a part of the seminar circuit. I got to see him do seminars. I got to see him present. I got to see him do a lot of things. Yes, Kimmy, Scorpios. But so that being said, I learned a lot by just watching and observing. And some of the stuff that I watched and observed really changed my life. I've gotten so good at doing presentations that, and granted, it's not that I do presentations and automatically I'm a TED speaker. I've worked my way up to doing a TED Talk. I worked my way up to speaking at NASDAQ and winning the first blockchain conference at NASDAQ. I worked my way up of speaking at the Vatican and winning an award at the Vatican. I worked my way up to being part of the Forbes Impact Summit with our company. I worked my way up to presenting in front of SoftBank, one of the biggest financial institutions out there that does mergers and acquisitions, and won the People's Choice Awards with our company. I worked our way up where we got to be part of the Geneva and the humanitarian conference and present to them what's going on there. So I've worked my way up to doing a lot of things. Was that the first week? No. Was that the first year? No. Was that the first couple of years? No. I sucked for a long time. I was bad. But what I'm going to show you can help you leapfrog and not take the amount of time that traditionally you take to learn how to be a great speaker, because these speaking techniques help you out as an entrepreneur. How many of you guys have noticed that when you're a better speaker, entrepreneurship is easier? Anyone? Say I, or just put I on the chat and let me know that you've noticed that people who speak better do better. They seem more confident. They seem more knowledgeable. They seem more a little bit of everything, right? Yeah, exactly. So based on that, I'm going to show you the techniques you need and why you need them. So let's start. Let's get into it. We don't need to get into a huge intro. I'm going to share with you a couple of things that I've been working on. And one of the things I've been working on is this whole premise of edification and working with the expert. So in the very beginning of your entrepreneurial life, if you will, you're not that great. You're a zero. And you want to get from zero to hero as fast as possible, right? You want to get from 0 to a 10 as fast as possible in order for you to do well in business. But how do you go from here to here as fast as possible? The first thing you need to do is you need to plug into whatever presentations your company is doing, your experts are doing. That way you can lean on their speaking ability, on their presentations. But you want to get out of there as quickly as possible. As an entrepreneur, if you do not, and I say this with the utmost respect, if you do not become an expert, no one will ever follow you. You must become an expert. And an expert doesn't mean that you know everything, is that you know how to present most things. And you do it with certain techniques. And what do I mean about that? Well, let's get really down and dirty, right? You need to build respect for an expert when you're new. This is you, and this is your expert, and you're building respect to your prospects. So if your prospects is your mom, your dad, your friends, right? We always tell people, listen, who do you know that you can bring to this presentation that if they see what we're doing, might get interested in doing it with you? So how do you do that? Well, the first thing you need to do is edify the expert or edify the company, the opportunity. And maybe we should put that down instead. You edify the opportunity. Do you see what I mean? So by edifying the opportunity, you can bring people to a presentation for that opportunity. How do you do that? Well, it all depends on where you're at in this scale. So, for instance, if the people that know you, that you're trying to bring into a business, not your, I shouldn't say the business, because I don't know what businesses you guys do, but if you're doing the business I think you're doing, then you need to edify the opportunity. And then you need to make sure that people understand that their questions are going to be answered during this speech. Now, I'm going to put another number here because this is very important. If the people that know you do not respect you at a level of more than a 5, right? So you have to do an assessment of your own personal context where you say, does the people that I know respect me? Have I done enough in business to earn respect? If the answer is no, like when I first got started in business, the answer was no. I didn't have any accolades. I never made millions of dollars. I never spoke at a TED Talk. I never did any of those things. So I couldn't speak with conviction of my own personal skills. So what I did is I edified the expert because I wasn't a 5. I was a 0. And the way I edified the expert or the opportunity is I told them I was excited about something. I told them that friends of mine, because this is true in most cases, friends, turned me on to the opportunity, and those friends are making money. And I want them to take a look at the opportunity to give me their opinions. So here's the formula. I say, I'm excited. So let's put down this formula. Excitement times friends' success equals you should pay attention, right? Equals their opinion. So that's what I'm doing. I'm really saying, look, E times F, this is my formula, this is my mathematical thinking. E times F equals inviting someone to take a look at an opportunity to get their opinion of that opportunity. So I would say something like this. Let's say I'm inviting Mrs. Satoshi, and she's a 5 or a 10, and I'm a 0. If I'm a 0, I would say, Mrs. Satoshi, I value your opinion about business because you've been successful. I just took a look at something that got me very excited about a business in the crypto space, and a friend of mine is already making a lot of money doing it. I would love for you to take a look at this opportunity and give me your opinion. Would you please do that for me? Because I value your opinion. That is one approach. You're building respect for your friend that has success, right? That might be someone with the first name of Micah. That might be the first name of Kathy. That might be the first name of Mrs. Satoshi, right? That might be the first name of whoever. But you have to do that to get people's curiosity. If they ask you questions, just say, look, I'm so new. All I know is, write that statement down. All I know is, I'm going to grab this and put it down here. All I know is a lot of people, right? A lot of people are making money. Or if you're in a business that's all about health, are getting healthier and wealthier. I would do something like this. All I know is, and then I will, if they ask me all these questions, I say, all I know is a lot of people are making a lot of money, or if I'm in the health space, I would say a lot of people are getting healthier and wealthier. And I can't answer all your questions, but I'm sure during the presentation, you will learn a lot. And then afterwards, I can get you on a call with my friend and you can ask them anything you want. Does that work for you? That's what I would do. Now, I don't do that anymore. That's if you have zero respect from the people that know you. If you have done something in business, you have done you made some money, you're a six-figure income person, you've already broke the barrier of making $10,000 a month, something like that. My approach is totally different. If I'm a 5 to a 10, I don't ask people if they want to go to a presentation, right? If you're a 0, you ask. If you're a 5 to a 10, you tell them to. Now, why is that? Because you have credibility. So if you're not presenting, but you're trying to be an expert and you're a 5 to a 10, if you're a 10, you're basically doing the presentation. But let's say you're a 5. You tell people that, listen, Miss Satoshi, we've done good together before. We made some money. I got a new deal, a new project, say project, not deal. I got a new project that I just took a look at that could potentially make us millions of dollars. We're going to do a presentation. I want you on the call either on Tuesday or Thursday. Now, that's very important what I just did there. I tell them, and I give them 2 options. Both options are what I want her to do. What's better for you, Tuesday at 7 p.m. or Thursday at 7 p.m.? You obviously have to take a look at the schedule of the presentations, but that's what you do. And then you just tell 10 people, get on the presentation. Now, this is what I would do. I want to become an expert as fast as possible. I want to get to this level as fast as possible. Why? Because most business presentations are once a week, and you cannot drive momentum into a business if you're only doing a presentation once a week. That's literally so I want to give you guys a visual. If you've ever been in business, it's literally like working out. If you work out once a week for 30 minutes, how long will it take you to see results? A shitload of time, right? Let's be honest here. This is real talk, real business, real entrepreneurship. If you work out for 30 minutes a week, you will see results a year, maybe 2 years down the road. But watch, do the math with me. Grab your calculator and do the math. What if you take that same 30 minutes and work out 30 minutes a day, right? Times 7 days. So if you do 1 a day times 7 days, you're 7 workouts in a week up from the average person. Multiply that in a month, you're doing 28 workouts to someone's 4 workouts in a month. And in a year, you're doing 336 workouts compared to the average person. Are you going to look good? Yeah. Guys, I've lost weight. I've eat less. I'm moving more. I'm eating less. I'm now down to my maybe 25-ish, 28-ish, weight level. I don't want to tell you how old I am. I'm 29, right? Let's just leave it at that. So I've obviously done a lot more. Now, in presentations, if you do 1 presentation a week, how long will it take you to bring in 1,000 people to your business? How long would it take you to bring in 1,000 people to your business? A long freaking time, right? So instead of doing that, what if you follow this schedule? Now, this is crazy, but this is a good schedule. What if you do presentations Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays and leave the corporate presentations on Saturday? Now, to do that, you must become an expert. You must be this person here. In order for you to do that, you must get your presentation on point. So how do you get your presentation on point? First, you copy theirs. Second, you then change the intro of them to you. And what do you want on your intro? You want, this is literally the formula. Who you are, right? Who you are, what you've accomplished, right? How do you spell accomplished? That's not it. There it is. What you've accomplished and what you're going to show. So who are you? So in my case, hi, my name is Oscar Garcia. And then what you say is what you've done in the past, right? So I'm going to give you my zero story, when I didn't have any credibility. And then I'm going to give you my 10 story, right? My zero story is if I have no credibility, I say, prior to learning about this business, I used to be a diver for the U.S. Olympic team. I used to flip and twist, and I was trying to become an Olympic diver. Then, so that's who I am and what I've accomplished. Now, why are you here? Then I would say, prior to getting started with the business, I used to be a diver for the U.S. Olympic team. It wasn't until 2 months ago that a friend of mine showed me this business, and I got super excited because if I would have put in the same effort I did to my sport, I would have made millions of dollars in business. And what I'm going to show you is what they showed me so you can understand why I got so excited. Okay. Do you see what I did? That was my zero story. My 10 story is, hi, prior to getting started with the business, I used to be an entrepreneur. I've helped companies make millions of dollars. I've done TED Talks. I've spoken at NASDAQ. I've spoken at the Vatican, but nothing, this is my transition, but nothing got me as excited about anything like this industry, the financial industry, the crypto industry, the health industry, whatever industry you're in, you just fill in the blank. And what I'm going to show you is something that not only I got excited about, but I believe it can 10x anything I've ever done before. Now, how did I come up with that story, that intro? Here we go, guys. We're going to use AI for this. We're going to use AI for this. Now, here's why you're doing this. I want to give you the feedback of doing this, okay? Let me grab my little guys here. I got a couple of icons I set up so I can show you guys this. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say, look, I'm going to do this on Monday, right? I'm going to do this on Monday where I'm going to show them the business, and then I'm going to show you guys how I use AI to illustrate the presentation. But I'm going to do something on presentation that's called call to action. The call to action, and the call to action is more people. Now, here's what I do. On Monday, I do this presentation, and I say at the end of the presentation, I'm giving it to you guys backwards because it makes more sense to me. On Monday, I say, for those of you that are interested, if you would bring in people to the next presentation, I'm setting up a new group. So this is what I say. I'm setting up a new group. And for my group in this new industry, whoever brings in the most people, I'm going to put on top of the group. So why should you pay attention and why should you bring in people to the next meeting on Wednesday? Is because whoever brings in more people on the Wednesday presentation, let's do this. Let's kill that. And let's say someone here, let's say this person here, this guy here, brings in all these people. I would tell them, whoever brings in more people on Wednesday, and we can determine this, at the end of the week, I'm going to pick the top producer, the top activity person. I'm going to put them on top of the group, and everyone else will be structured underneath them. So for this next week, if you're willing to work with me, I'm willing to work with you. I'm willing to do the presentation so you can learn about the business. But at the end of the week, I'm going to pick whoever's the most productive, and I'm going to put them on top of the team. That way I build one team every month. And every month I'm going to do this in a different area of the world. Now, if I would say that, how many people would pay attention because they're saying, man, I can make a lot of money? You don't even know what business I'm in. And all of a sudden, that sounds like an enticing offer, right? I'm looking for someone that is willing to go all out. And if you're that person and you outperform everyone else, it's all based on performance. I'm going to put you, Larry. I'm going to put you, Jane. I'm going to put you on top of the group. This could be you on top of the group. How big is that group? It could grow as big as you can possibly imagine. So if you're in a commission-based business or you get an affiliate reward for bringing in people, this is a powerful statement for you to make as long as you're the expert, as long as you're the one calling the closing action. Now, that all pertains to this. You must get out of underneath the experts as quickly as possible for you to do this, because you're going to do this Monday, you're going to do this Wednesday, you're going to do this Thursday, and you're going to promote the company event on Saturday. And that means what happens? Let's say you had 10 of your guests show up on Monday. And let's say out of the 10, you had 3 of them bring in 10 people on Wednesday. What do you have now? Well, you got 3 times 10, which is 30, plus the original 10. Now you got 40 people that actually, came to the meeting. They might have not done anything yet, but you got 30 plus the original 10, right? So now you got 40. Let's say out of those 10, 20% of them do the same thing the next meeting. So what's 20% of 40? That's 8 people. So if 8 people brings you 10 folks, how many people you got now? 80 plus the other 40, right? If I'm not wrong. So that's 120 people by Thursday. How many people do you have on a Saturday with a corporate call? 120 people. So let's say they don't do anything in your business on Monday, and they hear it again on Wednesday, and they bring in more friends on Thursday, but all of them hear the corporate call on Saturday, and you had 120 people there of your group on Saturday, and let's say 20% of them get closed to do the business or to buy whatever you're selling in your business. What is that? So times 20, that's what? 24 people. You got 24 people that became active in your business in 1 week if you only have a 20% closing ratio. You see the math? So that is key. Now, so far, are you guys with me? Say aye on the chat. You with me? Do you see why you want to become an expert? Aye. Grant Joe, aye. Kimmy, aye. Jason, aye. AI. Cecilia, AI. That's a good one. Patricia, yes. Yvonne. Okay, good. Samsung, S98W, I. I don't know who you are, but I love that. Okay, so this is why you want to become an expert. Now, are you ready to see how you're going to become an expert using AI? Now, this is good. This is what you guys want. I need you to pay attention and take out, I don't care if it's a notepad, I don't care if it's your phone right now, and you're going to type this address down. Okay? And you need this. I'm going to show you how to manipulate this. First, let me turn off my YouTube so I can make sure that you're getting this. All right. Now, everything I'm going to show you, I'm going to write it down on a sheet of paper. And you're going to have access to it. It's the same old thing, guys. If you go to presentationlabs.io, and you just send me a message, go to contact us and fill out this, you'll have access. That's all I need. Okay. First, I have an outline here of a presentation. It's the key outline. It's your introduction. It's the body of your presentation, your first point, your second point, your third point, and your conclusion. Now, why do I say 3? Because the mind, especially human beings, more than any other mammal out there, we learn in 3s. If you repeat something 3 times, the chances of someone remembering it is quite high. Write that one down. 3. 3, 6, and 9 is powerful, but 3, let's use 3 for right now. 3 people. You put 3 people together, it creates magic. You put 6 people together, it's even more powerful, and 9 people together is unstoppable. Now, these are people that are 1,000% committed. Not wishy-washy, not your friend that's just, hanging out with you because if you get successful, you buy dinner. Nothing like that. 3. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to show you something that's going to change your life. And we're going to talk about 1, and we're going to talk about 2, and we're going to talk about 3. That's generally the formula. You're going to say an introduction, and you're going to tell them the 3 things you're going to talk about. But your introduction is you, because they're going, why should I listen to you? Why should I listen to you? Now, let's go to ChatGPT. If you go to chat.openai.com, chances are you're going to get access to ChatGPT 3.5. I'm going to show you a secret here that many people don't talk about, that you can turn ChatGPT into your private professor. Hell, you don't even need me after you do this. So I'm going to show you this right now. Can you guys see my screen on ChatGPT? Someone say I on chat. Chat I. You guys see it? Nope. Cecilia does. Okay, good. If you do, everybody else does. Now, I want you to guys, when you guys go to ChatGPT, see these 3 icons down here under your name. If you click on these 3 icons, that's down here, guys. See it down here. If you click on these 3 little dots, you're going to get something called custom instructions. If you click on custom instructions, let me zoom out, click it, and hit custom instructions. You get these fields. Now, this is powerful because I just asked ChatGPT to act as a professor for public speaking and events. All of my questions are now going to be answered underneath that window of understanding as ChatGPT. So let's say you want ChatGPT to give you cooking advice. Act like a chef in the greatest restaurant in the world, right? And then you can ask it questions and it will answer it like a chef. If you want advice on crypto, act like a crypto expert and answer my questions. And it's going to answer your questions as the best it can, because ChatGPT is limited to 2021, information up to 2021. It won't tell you what happened yesterday. It's only up to 2021. That's what's happening right now with ChatGPT. But in this case, with this category, event speaking and public speaking, that's all you have to do. So, for instance, I asked you guys for anyone to submit your 2-minute presentation. So if anyone has written their 2-minute presentation and you want to copy it and paste it on the chat, I will show you how ChatGPT will make you amazing looking. So for instance, I'm going to type mine. Okay, I'm going to type mine, and it's going to be full of misspellings and full of everything, but I'm going to show you how this works. And I'm going to say, I'm an former Olympic diver turned entrepreneur. Yes, I don't know how to spell it. That has made millions of dollars using key presentations skills. Use my 20 years experience in the field and my network of millionaires as credibility for them to listen to me. And again, misspellings, everything, right? And I'm doing that on purpose. No, I'm not. I really don't know how to spell that well. Okay, please fix this to make it better for a presentation. Now, see what I just did? I said, I put it in the beginning, please fix this to make it better for a presentation, colon, and then the rest of my story. Make it a 3-paragraph, actually 2-paragraph statement. So you can restrict it. Now watch this. I'm gonna hit go, and look what happens, guys. Woo! Well, let's read it. This is me right on the spot. No, shenanigans here. This is real, right? Let's see what it says. It says, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, I stand before you not only as a former Olympic diver, but as an entrepreneur who has navigated the depths of both sports and business. Through the art of effective communication, I've successfully translated the discipline and precision learned from years of the diving platform into a thriving entrepreneurial journey. Holy shit, that sounds great. Amazing, amassing millions of dollars along the way. My story is not just one of professional triumph. It's a testament to the transformative power of key presentation skills in business world. Guys, that paragraph alone, right? How cool is this? Michelle, yeah, Judith, thank you. Okay, guys, anything you do can sound great here. ChatGPT is here to fix you, right? If people would only use this, they would die. Now, here's the thing, though. It does not work like that unless you go here and you go to custom instructions and you tell it how to think, because the default thinking is not there. Elizabeth, I would say every politician needs this because most of them don't know how to freaking communicate to anyone. So now this is different than gaslighting, right? This is different. We do this. Who was it that just put that? Elizabeth. Gaslighting is lying so much that people then tend to believe it, right? If I say a square is round and I repeat it all the time, this is a square, this is a square, this is a square, and it's round, it's a circle. This is, if I put up my phone and say this is a circle phone, this is a circle phone, the more times you say it, the more people will believe it. Honestly, it works. And that's the biggest thing. But this is very precise. It's logical. It's precise. ChatGPT is a logical, precise instrument. It's not a gaslighting tool. Now, let's read the last paragraph. Let's go. Now, obviously, I'm reading with a little bit passion and excitement, but this is where your character comes out, right? So, with 2 decades of experience in both arenas, I bring to you not just insights, but a proven track record for leveraging the art of presentation to achieve remarkable success. What sets me apart is not just my athletic background, but the network of millionaires I've cultivated over the years, a testament to the trust and credibility I've earned. Today, I invite you to dive into the wealth of knowledge I've acquired, drawing from my unique journey as an Olympian turned entrepreneur, and join me in unlocking the potential that lies in mastering the art of persuasive communication. Together, we'll explore the strategies and skills that have propelled me to financial heights, and learn how armed with the right presentation skills, you too can make a splash in the world of business. Now, this is key here, guys. You don't want to use all of this. I would take this bottom part and just put it right here on this paragraph, and that's it. That's what I would do. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to then come back to my presentation. Oops. It's not where I want to go. Let's do that again. I'm going to take that and I'm going to bring it back over here. And under introduction here, I'm going to put that there. I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to put that in blue. Why? Because I like it. So I'm going to say in my introduction statement, I'm going to grab that. And then I'm going to come back over here and grab this. And voila, I have my introduction statement. And that's it. That's what I would do. So that's the intro. And then we get into the hook. Now, what is the hook? In a presentation, the hook is, sure, you should pay attention because I've made millions and I have millionaire friends and blah, blah, blah. But who cares? That's not what's in it for you. That's what I've done. If you don't make a hook that says what's in it for them, they won't pay attention. So the hook is a statement about your industry. So let's use the NFT tokenization industry. There's an estimated, according to, and if you guys don't know this, HSBC did this whole article that you can cite that says, according to HSBC, $24 trillion will come into the NFT tokenization industry in the next 4 years. And this is why they should pay attention. What I'm going to show you, or you can say it this way, the business that you're going to see takes advantage of this growth or of this opportunity. See, I was just suggesting things. So that's the hook. And it says, imagine, this is where you're going to people's insight, right? Imagine being in the front of the .com boom and investing into Amazon. This 24 trillion is literally 20 times bigger than the .com boom. So here you go. You make your intro statement, you make the hook. That's all you need. Then you do your company's presentation. At that point, you bring in the key presentations of what's going on. That's it. That's it. If you do the intro and you do the hook and you just do the same presentation that your expert does of whatever business you're doing, then you can then follow through. Now, does anyone want to try using your intro and I'll fix it using ChatGPT? Send it on the chat privately to just Oscar Garcia, right? I think you can just, or you can send it to everybody, but
no, you can have them just send it to you, Oscar, privately.
Yeah, send it to me privately and I'll copy and paste it, right? You can see me talking, and if you guys want me to clean you up, watch. I'll clean you up, and you'll sound phenomenal. You'll sound phenomenal. Anyone who dares? Who dares, right? Who has the audacity to challenge ChatGPT? Come on, anyone. Tell me your business. Just say, this is what I've done. This is my business. In what industry? And watch, we'll come up with a great intro. That's scary, huh? All right. So trying to type fast enough. Gretchen, go for it. Do it. while we're doing that, let's talk about what just happened. You have to know that you're going to screw up and people are going to laugh at you and you're not going to say the right things. Let me give you an example. I was in a room with Tim Draper. I've told people this before. I met Tim Draper at the Vatican. Tim Draper is Mr. Bitcoin. He owns Draper University. It's an incubator in Silicon Valley that has trained multiple entrepreneurs. They've actually helped launch Tesla, SpaceX, one of the first investors of SpaceX, Tim Draper. Tim Draper is an early round investor for all these companies. Early round investor. He has not what he calls unicorns. Unicorns are billion-dollar companies, but multi-billion-dollar companies, he calls them rhinos. That's Tim Draper. Okay. I did mine already, OG. I love it. Cecilia. Okay, you went to ChatGPT, Cecilia? You better confirm that. Okay, but what happened was this. Just continue on that story. I thought this was after I'd done a TED Talk, after I'd done talks at the Vatican. I went to, oh, perfect. Gretchen just sent something. I went to Tim Draper, and what came out of my mouth was so stupid that he literally told me he didn't understand what I did, and why don't I just try this? And he said he made a statement about some other industry. I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed because I was touted as the guy that could present better than anyone else, according to the CEO of the Laudato Si Challenge that introduced me to Tim Draper. And I embarrassed everybody. I embarrassed myself. I embarrassed them. And Tim Draper didn't know what to do with me. I walked out of there with my tail between my legs, and not being the type of guy that gives up, I fucking got pissed. And when he announced that he had room for 3 people to be on his next cohort for his accelerator program, which is a 2-month program of learning business and learning how to do things, I volunteered. I signed up, and they said, really, you? And I volunteered. And after 2 months of going through his lessons, and the final week was the business presentation, and I was against 400 other people around the world, and they were all great businesses. Bam! I gave a presentation that won that competition. And he literally said, I got a video of him saying, the winner, Oscar Garcia, banking the unbanked. Everybody went crazy. I got excited. And he goes, you should have met me doing that presentation. And I'm like, shit. So trust me when I say that even after a lot of experience, you're still going to get starstruck one day and you're going to mess up. Now, that gave us enough time where Gretchen sent this. Okay, so this is what Gretchen wrote. Thank you for sharing. Really, this takes guts. We're going to put it in ChatGPT. And I'm going to say, please fix this intro statement. Now, see, that's all I'm doing. I'm just asking ChatGPT to fix the intro statement. Again, it doesn't work unless you go here and you hit custom instructions and you tell ChatGPT how you want it to think, how you want it to think. How would you like ChatGPT to respond? See that question? Put it in there as a professor for public speaking. Now, I'm going to put in Gretchen's, I'm sorry. Yes, right? Gretchen's breakdown. Yes. And watch what happens here. So on a completely different note, would you be open to, let me bring this down. Would you be open to hearing about a fintech financial technology company I've been working very closely with for nearly a year? We are going public on NASDAQ. No. In January, so we are pre-selling shares right now. If you are looking for a way to invest, this opportunity is definitely one to seriously consider. I'm talking about $1,000 being liquid. Okay. Don't make promises. Rule number 1 in presentation, especially if you're in front of the room. If you make a promise and it doesn't come true, you're liable. Don't make promises, right? You can say, I'm talking about as little as $1,000, right? And you want to qualify this. So here's a couple of things you want to do. $1,000 being liquid at 30 times its value by January. That's a hell of a promise. What if that doesn't happen? What if it's February 1st? You still lied. Guess what? They can sue you for $30,000. Don't ever do that. I'm talking about $1,000. Potentially, this is what I would put. Potentially, right? Potentially bringing in 10 to 30 times the value if everything lines up. See how you're justifying it? If everything lines up. That way, if COVID hits again and the world shuts down, they don't say, hey, you promised by January. So that's lesson number one. Lesson number two, nothing personal is here. So you would say, as a 10-year veteran of business, I have seen a lot. And this fintech, I've seen a lot. Let's just leave it at that. Would you be okay? Let's see what happens. Okay, let's see what happens. Boom. Please fix this. It's thinking. It's thinking. It's thinking. It's thinking. Here it goes. Damn, Gretchen, it's really thinking on you. Okay. Greetings, esteemed colleagues and investors. Remember, you're doing a presentation. It's not you're asked for someone to come into a presentation. Now you're the expert. You're up there doing a presentation, and this is what it came up with. I come before you today as a seasoned veteran of a decade in the business arena, having witnessed the ebb and flow of numerous ventures. Today, I extend to you an exclusive opportunity to explore the dynamic world of financial technology. For nearly a year, I've been intricately involved with a fintech company that is on the brink of groundbreaking chapter. We are set to go public on the NASDAQ. I shouldn't say on the NASDAQ, on NASDAQ this coming January. As we navigate this exciting trajectory, we are currently offering pre-sale shares. If you are searching for a strategic investment, this opportunity merits your sincere consideration. Picture the potential. An investment as modest as $1,000 has the capacity to yield returns ranging from 10 to 30 times its initial value, provided all the elements align harmoniously. Join me in delving into the details of this promising venture that could redefine your investment portfolio and contribute to your financial success. Holy shit. You guys see that? Gretchen, I'm sending you this on the chat. Bam. Bam. So, what did we learn today? We're going on, I said no more than 45 minutes because last time was an hour. What did we learn today? There's a structure to business. Now, what happens? Let's just end it this way so you guys can see now what's happening. Now you have an intro to your presentation, and then you follow the steps of your presentation. And then at the end of the presentation, you do what's called a call to action. You say, guys, out of all of you that are here, right? So let's say it's a group of 47 people like there is here. Out of all of you that are here, I have 3 questions for you. And this is what I would do. This is literally what I would do. The closing questions here. Closing question or call to action. Let's call it call to action. Call to action. How many of you know how many people do you know? How many people do you know that would love to earn passive income from 0 to 100? Write your answer. So, for instance, let's do the survey here. How many of you guys know? And you put the number. How many people do you know that would like to earn passive income? Give me a number. So start chatting. Just start typing away. How many people do you know that would like to have passive income? Put a number down. Come on. Help me out here with this example. 100. Georgia. Jason, 50. That's it. Georgia and Jason. Elizabeth, 15. Cecilia, endless. Nope. 0 to 100 was the question, Cecilia. Donnie, 60. Gretchen, 100 plus. Okay, so watch this. Then you ask the other question. Out of your number, who is the top 10 people that know, let me kill this, that know more people than you, than yourself? So out of the 10, out of your number that you just said, give me the top 10, and you don't have to write this down, but this is what you will do. Give me the top 10 that know more people than you. And they're going to say Mary, Jose, Maria. Obviously, I'm Latino. I have a lot of cousins, right? Juan. A lot of our family name is Juan. Oscar, right? Lupita. And Micah. These are the people I know. So then what happens is you go, okay, out of all of you here, out of all you 47 here, whoever brings in their top 10 people on our next call, I will consider you for the top spot and place everyone here under your group. After learning what you guys do, after your presentation, if you would say these 3 things, how many of you think that you can double from 40 people to 80 people on your next call? Say aye. Aye. Say aye. Aye. Michelle, aye. Cecilia, aye. Jason, aye. Same people. Kimberly, aye. Heck yes. Judith. Gretchen, aye. Come on. Come on. More ayes. Donnie. Me. Hi, Shelly. Okay. So, Kimmy. Vicky. All right. You get what I'm building here? I'm building momentum. I'm building momentum. You can't build a business without momentum, and you have to be the expert because no one is going to come to save you. And let me say that again. If you don't become an expert, no one will come to save you. There is no team B. There is no SEAL team waiting to come rescue you. You are the SEAL team. You are the Trojan. You are that Spartan. You are. That's why in presentation labs, we use a Spartan because you are that warrior. And unless you're willing to be that warrior, no one is going to save you. I've learned that the hard way because I thought there's a hero out there for me, and there is no hero besides yourself. If you're going to be an entrepreneur and you're going to be successful, you must take that hero position. You must get good at presentations. You must do what needs to be done, or you will fail because of other people's efforts. You are that hero that you've been looking for. And you want to do presentations on Mondays, on Wednesdays, on Thursdays. Heck, you want to outperform everyone else. If someone says, I do presentations twice a week, bullshit, I'm going to do it 5 times a week. My record is I used to do 3 presentations a day. And I had one Asian guy say, Oscar, I will bring 20 plus people every day if you would do a presentation. And I didn't believe him. And I took it upon myself to say yes. And every day he brought 20 people every day. At one time, it was outrageous. He just pulled up with a bus and 40 Asians came out. And I was like, what? Are they going gambling? What the hell's going on? And they came in and they sat down in the boardroom and I gave the presentation. 3 weeks later, he made $140,000 in that business. Him and I working together as one. 3 weeks later, who was the expert? He was. So what happens after that? he now is presenting. So I'm doing one presentation, he's now presenting. Now we multiplied our efforts, and that business has momentum. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you build $1 million business in under 2 months. That, my record in business is $60 million in a 5-month run. Not thinking, just doing exactly what I just showed you here. So that being said, I really appreciate you guys coming out. I know sometimes people don't think that they're going to get much out of stuff, but I hope today, somehow, some way, you got inspired here to actually do something and actually become that expert. And if all that happened is that you learned how to use ChatGPT to clean yourself up, and you learned that little technique that will really take your business to a whole nother level, then I hope that that's what you get out of this. Because bottom line, you're not going to do well unless you start changing what happens in your life. Guys, this was a pleasure.